Hey y'all, it's Caitlin, and I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I just went for like a good 3 minutes without even realizing that I had not pushed the record button yet. But anyway, so take two for me. Now, this is part 5, I believe, of the statue collection video. I'm gonna start losing track soon. But, and this is going to focus on the statues you get, or vinyl figures, whatever, you get in the World's Finest Collection subscription boxes that you receive quarterly for $50 each. I will go ahead and leave a link to that box in the description box below. Most of these I've unboxed on my channel already, so I'm going to go through them pretty briefly, and then we're going to really take a look at the 3 that I from the boxes that I got prior to starting my channel. So, this is the most recent one. This is Aquaman, and I did his box, the JLA box, on a live stream. And again, the statue looks pretty much perfect. There's a little bit of trouble with one of his eyes here, but that's it. Don't really understand why they did Aquaman for the JLA box. I figured Aquaman would have had a box of his own eventually, but whatever. I think it should have been like Green Arrow or something, but anyway, so the bases are all pretty similar. It's a black standard base with their logo in it, or on it, and the next one we had was Green Lantern. Now, let's take them off their bases for just a second. Not quite uniform, even though they all have the same design, not quite uniform. As you can see, Aquaman's is way bigger and thicker than the Green Lantern one for some reason. Yeah, he's holding his Triton, but the Triton, pretty cheap plastic. It doesn't really need the extra support, so I don't understand why Aquaman's is like the biggest. And they're all various in thickness, and most of them are about the same size. Joker's over here is a little bit smaller. But for some reason they gave Aquaman a gigantic base, which I didn't even realize until he was right next to the others. But if you remember back on the Green Lantern box, Hal got jacked in the paint department. I mean, holy crap. There is not a spot on this dude that the paint is perfect, like in the correct spot, really. His logo is kind of pushed to the side. There's his brown paint for hair all over his face. His mask is wonked. He looks like someone just took his mask and did this with it. That's what his mask looks like. So, yeah, not my favorite. For Hal, I got Barry Allen as the Flash, which is one of my favorites, actually. Do for like the paint job and just for the character that I love. So Flash came out of the Flash box, Green Lantern came out of the Green Lantern box. I'm trying to remember the order that I got them in. I think Joker came after Superman. Joker came in the villains box, old school kind of Joker, where he's got a foot kind of up a little bit, so he doesn't stand flush against the base, which I like. It gives him a bit of a different pose. One of the few Joker figures in my collection, other than my Pops. We have Superman, who came in the Superman, aka Clark Kent, themed box. Looking back at the stuff that came in that box, it was totally just Clark Kent. Superman was barely ever mentioned. Now, there are some things, and we're going to get to it really with the Batman statue here in a minute. But even though this isn't meant to be like a total review of these statues, I was mainly going to focus on these. Let's just go ahead and look at Superman a little bit. Now, I don't know if I just didn't look close enough before, or what. And he comes with these clear pegs, so he can look like he's flying when he's on his base, which is kind of cool. But on his cape, and it's not because of the dust or anything in the room, there are some splotches. I think the camera's kind of picking it up. There's one big one right here, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. About 20 little dots all over his cape, where it's just like glossy instead of matte where it should be. It honestly looks like glue or something dripped onto it. Clear glue. There's a different texture to it. Obviously not supposed to be that way, but something happened. And I don't know if it came out over time or, if it was something that's been there since the beginning and I just overlooked it. But luckily, I display him facing front way on my shelf, so you can't really notice it too much. But I do like that they put the logo on his cape, though, so that's kind of cool. Also, his base doesn't really lay flush against the shelf. That's why you can kind of spin it like I'm doing now. It's actually kind of bowed a little bit at the bottom. Now, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the only one of these that I display separate from all the others, simply because this one I think is pretty enough that it deserves to go on the Wonder Woman shelf. So, there are some Wonder Womans that I keep in the collections, either because A, it's larger, or B, for some reason, it's just not my favorite. But this one, I really, really wanted it on the shelf. Now, one reason is because her accessory. She's the only one who really, other than Aquaman and Green Lantern's ring, I guess you could say, she comes with her weapon. She has the lasso at her hip, her sword, not the God Killer, and her shield. So this came, obviously, in the Wonder Woman themed box. And she is freaking perfect. I don't see any paint flaws on her whatsoever, and it's just freaking awesome. And again, her base is a little bit bigger than some of the others, but that's understandable because of her pose with her legs spread apart like that. Even her little arm bracelet, upper arm bracelet on her forearm is detailed with, like, it looks like almost Greek lettering is supposed to be. But yeah, she's got the eagle on her breastplate instead of the WWs, which I kind of like. You do see the W in her belt insignia though right there. The only bad thing about this one is this table definitely gives me more room to, like, do stuff, but it doesn't give you guys a good shot at the thing, and I'm too lazy to take pictures and insert them all the time, so I'm sorry about that. But trust me, this one is perfect. Oh, by the way, I saw, I believe it was Nerd Therapy's video on the Green Lantern one, and theirs looked perfect, so I think I just got a fluke thing. I don't think it was, all the Green Lantern box were like that. So if you guys decide to go and get past boxes, I believe the Green Lantern one is still available. I'm not entirely sure. But know that I just got a fluke that you'll probably end up getting a good looking one. But anyway, so then we had the Justice League theme box, and I actually think that Wonder Woman came before. Yeah, I went out of order a little bit. So Wonder Woman was the second box, the Justice League one was the third, and we got Cyborg, which makes sense, because Cyborg is definitely a popular character, but I don't know if he's popular enough for his own box, so glad we got him in Justice League. So, again, his paint, for as many metallic parts and kind of different parts, there's a few splotches here and there, but for the most part, his paint job is pretty darn flawless. They got his eye painted correctly. He's got his arm blaster. I don't know if there's an actual name. If you guys know if there's a name for the blaster on Cyborg's arm, let me know, because I really don't. But awesome. It's like classic Cyborg looking pose, or Cyborg looking armor, I should have said. And yeah, definitely not Teen Titans. I don't know if we'll ever get a Teen Titan box. I kind of really want one. I really want one so we can have a Robin. But speaking of Batman characters, I don't know what the hell happened to Batman. So, he's been out with his box for probably a little over a month or so. And I haven't seen this happen with any of the others, except, is this the same material? No, not the same material as Superman's cape. But the caped people here are having some problems. Now, real quick, Batman's is the only base where the has a little extra detail in it. It has the ring around it instead of just the logo. But Batman's costume all the black parts of his costume. His cowl, his cape, his gauntlets, his boots, even the insignia on his chest. For some reason, it's gotten like this dusty appearance to it, and it's not dust, I don't think, or if it is, I've never seen it before. Really, I can scratch and it's coming off, so maybe it is dust and it's just hard to get off. I don't know, but like you have to wash it off maybe. I don't know, but it honestly looks horrible. I haven't seen this in any of my other collectibles that I've ever had out of box, and I don't know, maybe because this is the basement and I've had a dehumidifier going down here though, so it can't be the dampness. I don't know. I really don't know what's happened with the Batman. It honestly it looks like this is Batman from like the future, and he's like giving up Batman, you know, all these years, and then he's like, you know what the heck, I'm gonna go for it again, you know, kind of like how he did in the Earth 2 Batman story, but with Helena Wayne. But it looks like he's getting his old suit back out and go, ooh, okay, little dusty, but I ain't got time to dust, I gotta go. So that's kind of what it looks like. None of the rest of his suit or anything is like that. Even, okay, well, wait, hang on a second. Yeah, the inside, the purple on the inside of his cape is like that as well. So the only thing that's not is the gray part of his suit, his utility belt, and his face. Other than that, everything is like that, and there is a different material, but it's different than Superman's cape. So I don't know, something about this material is just not reacting well to this atmosphere or something, or maybe it just shouldn't be taken out of the box at all. I don't know. If anyone has ever seen this on any of their collectibles before, please let me know, because if I have to, I will gladly, you know, clean them. I'm not going to clean them off every week, but I'll clean them off once and maybe like take this collection and display it, you know, somewhere upstairs or something, because yeah, the Bat deserves more than that looks. Anyway, but that is the Batman close-up real quick. I do like how the cape is like over his shoulder a little bit. Looks kind of cool. But yeah, so those were the World's Finest Collection series statues. All, I haven't even counted, all 8. Yeah, all 8 that we have gotten thus far in these, and I don't think they're stopping anytime soon, so yay. I really love these boxes. I really love these figures, honestly, and even though, you know, for $50 you do get the rest of what's in there. I wouldn't say these are worth $50. If you were just to sell like one of these online, I would go, due to the exclusivity of it, I probably would go $25. If you were just going it based off the figure alone, I'd honestly, a fair market value, I'd probably go $15, $20. So you do get other stuff. I would not pay $50 just for these individual statues. But they're cool for what they are, and the fact that you cannot get them unless you are a subscriber to this box is always kind of cool. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Remember, like always, it's a community, not competition, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.